Cutting to the chase, Chainsaw Man has 3 arcs left, and there will be a part 3, and I'm going to explain why. Hello, my name is Creator, and today we're talking about Chainsaw Man. Unfortunately, there was a break week this week, but it doesn't mean a lot of stuff wasn't shown to us and told to us, and will be shown to us and will be told to us very soon. I'm going to start off not talking about not talking about what I mentioned at the very start, but I will be talking about the announcements for Chainsaw Man. Obviously, as you can see, first off, we have a new visual teaser for the Reze movie. It looks peak. It just looks good. I don't know what to say. I really like it. I know it's going to be crazy. I really do believe this movie is going to be crazy, and it's going to blow up. Like the tweet, when they posted the tweet, it got like 200,000 likes in like a day or something like that. Like people, like Chainsaw Man is about to pop off. Like, it's definitely about to pop off, and I'm very excited to see this movie. It's going to be on September 19th first in Japan, and if you're in the United States, we have to wait basically till October, around the end of October, to get it in theaters. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'll try to watch it day one in theaters. If not, then I'm gonna watch that movie, and I'm gonna give you guys a review. Maybe I won't promise that. But anyway, moving on. After this amazing teaser, we have a Chainsaw Man, or not Chainsaw Man, but a MAPPA stage, July 4th, which might be July 5th for American time, or July 3rd. It's Thursday. Yeah, so July 3rd, I think, for Americans. I think around 6 p.m. EST is when the MAPPA stage is. And it is theorized that they will show a teaser, or the official trailer for the Reze movie, and a sneak peek for Chainsaw Man chapter... Wait, so next week is chapter 207, so 208 sneak peek they'll show. I'm pretty sure that's what they'll show. And maybe we might get another Fujimoto interview, because last time they had a stage, Fujimoto did an interview and we got to hear his voice. And unfortunately, from what I can tell, no one recorded it and uploaded it to YouTube and translated it. So we just have like a full Fujimoto interview that just happened, and no one saved it, bro. We got to hear his voice and everything. He sounds like he's a very deep voice. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, also, I didn't even mention that we will most likely get a season 2 announcement around the time this movie drops, because for other anime movies, when they drop the movie, again, by the way, I'm stealing this from another Chainsaw Man YouTuber. I forgot his name. I think he's an AOT YouTuber. He talks about Chainsaw Man every week, but I'm stealing this from him. But basically, when anime movies drop, they usually announce season 2, or that they're working on season 2, because in the minds of the viewer, when they watch the movie, they just assume, oh, well, it's the season, then the movie, and it's over. But no, it's gonna be the season, then the movie, and either before the movie or after the movie, or even maybe at the MAPPA stage next week on July 4th, they will announce season 2. So who knows? But we just have to wait and see. Hopefully season 2 comes by the beginning of next year, if not the end of this year, 2025. But yeah, moving on. Again, we have another announcement. The volume 21 cover, which is of the Death Devil that we see. And by the way, there's going to be massive spoilers in this video. So if you're watching this video and you don't know anything about this video or what's going on in Chainsaw Man, stop watching this video right now. But yeah, we have a new cover for volume 21 with the Death Devil, and the flower she's holding, it seems to be roses, but I saw other people on Twitter saying basically like she's holding a special type of flower that like represents death, basically, or they put that flower on dead people. Not roses, but I don't know the name of it, but it's for the dead, basically. So anyway, yeah, we get the Death Devil, and I like the colors. I like the gradient Chainsaw Man text. I like it. I think we're gonna get 2 more volume covers by the time this ends. I don't know of who, but I'm excited. But yeah, let's move on to why I think there's going to be 3 more arcs left. Meaning 20 chapters for this current arc we're in, 20 chapters for the next arc, and 20 chapters for the final arc of Chainsaw Man Part 2. But before I get into it, I want to talk about the major plot points of Part 2 that have not been addressed yet. Yeah, that have not been addressed yet. I think they're like very important that we need to like recognize to understand, like give a good reason as to why I think we still have so much left and why we probably will have a Part 3. Oh, and by the way, this is all of the girls together. Personally, I think Yoru's is the best. So for me, it's top right 1, bottom right 2, top left 3, bottom left 4. Honestly, 3 and 4 can be interchanged, but yeah, I like it. Anyway, yeah, volume 12 of Yoru, that is my favorite Chainsaw Man volume cover. That is like, it's just so peak. The green and the yellow and the red is peak. Anyway, moving on. So the first major plot point, obviously, is the Blood Devil. We were literally told by Yoru very recently that when death descends, all the high-ranking devils will greet her. Now, we have seen fire and falling and famine, but technically, I would say technically, the Death Devil has not descended yet, and we still have 1 full month, 1 month in story time before Death's powers activate. The activation of those powers, we don't know. We can theorize, but we don't know. But technically, the Blood Devil is supposed to be returning. I mean, Yoru basically said it. I'm pretty sure implying the Blood Devil is a high-ranking devil. I mean, theoretically, either very soon or closer to Death's Awakening, we're going to see blood again. So that's a major thing that needs to be addressed. It's been set up since part 1. It's being mentioned still. Bro, we're seeing blood, bro. We saw it in Denji's Flash Charm, Denji's Flashback. We're going to get blood soon. I'm confident, man. I don't know why anyone would think we're not getting the new Blood Devils anytime soon. I don't want anyone to think that. But yeah, continuing. Next point. Nayuta's return. Now, everyone is split on if Nayuta is really dead or not. You can argue a million ways as to why she's dead, and you can argue a million ways as to why she's not dead. Personally, I think she's not dead because we saw Death's ability is that she can take control of things she's killed and bring them back, like how she did to Fami in the fake Chainsaw Man. So, and also Fami was, Death was in charge of the fake Chainsaw Church. So, and that means she was in charge of Barem. So she could have easily just killed Nayuta and took control of her. And then when the time is right, aka when Denji confronts Death, to stop him from fighting her, she's going to summon Nayuta and tell Nayuta to fight Denji. And will probably force Denji to kill Nayuta, which would be crazy, but I don't think it's unlikely. Also, or if she is dead, then theoretically, we will see the new Control Devil, I think, by the end of this part. Because there's no way, other creators have said it, but there's just no way that we're going to have the Fami, War, and Death, but we're not going to have Control. Like, all the sisters have to meet. Like, we need to have a panel with all of the sisters meeting and talking. But anyway, that's just what I think. So yeah, I think we're going to see definitely, that's definitely a major plot point. Next, we have the Fire Devil's choice. Last we saw the Fire Devil, which is literally like 1 chapter ago, as of recording this, the Fire Devil told Denji, you have a choice. You're going to have to choose between 2 important things again. And the Fire Devil just disappeared. That was very ominous. And people have speculated about what those 2 choices could be often, or a lot. Some people say it's between Asa and Yoru. I don't really believe that. I've seen other people say it's between Nayuta and Asa. It could be between Asa and the Blood Devil. It could be between the Blood Devil and Nayuta. It could be between a lot of things. But Point is, we still need to see the choice that Denji has to make, which was introduced literally was introduced a chapter ago. So there's clearly going to be so much more to part 2. There's going to be a lot more to part 2, man, because we need to see what the choice is, obviously, because he literally just introduced a new thing, a new theme. So we got to see it. And also, who knows if we see more of the Fire Devil or not? Maybe, who knows? I don't know. But hopefully we do. Probably when the choice gets made. I also want to mention, because I don't really have it anywhere else in my list, but we probably will see a Primal Devil die by the end of this part 2. Because Primal Devils are pretty much hyped up to be something that can never die. But I just feel like that's like a setup. I feel like that's just a setup for Fujimoto to kill a Primal. I'm not saying all Primals will die, but a Primal will die. And I'm pretty sure Falling will die because she's pretty much she is like the main Primal Devil of part 2. Like, if you think of all the Primals, there's been a lot of Primals in part 2. Fire, Aging, Falling, and it's only like 3. It's only like 3. But I'm pretty sure she's going to be set up to die. And it might actually be this arc with Denji and Asa right here. But we have to see. Time will tell. We'll see. Next we have Death's plan. What is she planning? Fami told Death that, why don't you just get eaten by Chainsaw Man so you won't awaken and everything will be okay. Blah, blah, blah. And she sat there and thought for a moment. And she says, I have a plan, but she's not going to tell us the plan, obviously. So, therefore, we need to wait to see what the plan is. And, I mean, obviously, that's the center of the part 2. Like, a lot of these points I'm mentioning I think a lot of these points can be grouped together. A lot of them can be grouped together. But, in general, I'm pretty sure this plan is, like, central to the end of part 2. So, we need to see that, obviously, blah, 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 blah. Next, we have Barem and the weapons. Contrary to what a lot of people believe, and to a lot of people's possible dismay, even though I love Barem, he's like my favorite character. He's one of my favorite characters in part 2. Barem is not dead. Yes, he got his hair ripped smooth off by Denji, base Denji, but he isn't dead. Like, he's a hybrid, so he can come back. And also, same thing for the other weapons. They aren't dead. They can all come back. So, what role will they play in the story? I don't know. I had a theory earlier that maybe they could all be under Death's control. And by that, I mean, she killed them and she summoned them again. So not mental control, literal physical control, like Death did with Fami and the Fake Saw. So that's possible. I don't know. But they're not gone. So who knows what can be done with them? Could they be written out the story completely and they're not brought up again? They could, but I'm pretty sure, like, if we don't see any of them again, I'm pretty sure, like, bro, part 3, we're going to see them again, obviously. And I don't think I will be kind of disappointed because Miri was definitely being set up to be like a friend to Denji. That might not happen in part 2, but again, I do think we're going to have a part 3. Again, I could be completely wrong. This could age horribly, but I'm pretty sure Denji and Miri's relationship will be built on. I'm pretty sure, like, if the seeds were planted and the plant is slowly growing, even though Miri hasn't been seen in like 100 chapters. The plant, or like 50 chapters, I mean, they will come back. Speaking of weapons, Reze will return. I'm not one of those annoying, oh, where's Reze people? Listen, obviously Reze is going to return. Because, like, it would just be so crazy. Because just on the concept that we have seen all of the weapons already. We've seen Quan Shi, we've seen the church hybrids, but we've seen literally all of them. But we don't see Reze, ? We've seen every single hybrid except the one hybrid that had her own entire arc dedicated to her ? We've seen every single hybrid except the one hybrid who has her own movie dedicated to her ? We're gonna see I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying right now. We're gonna see every single important hybrid, every single hybrid. I'm not saying important, every single hybrid, period. But we're not gonna see arguably the most important hybrid. The one that's had one of the most strongest effects on Denji's life. We're not gonna see her. Really? Like, listen, I don't know what role she would play in the story at this point, but I just think it's ridiculous that we would not see Reze reintroduced into the story. What she's doing right now, who knows? She isn't dead. We know she's not dead. She once, like Miri said, once he killed Makima, they all fell out of Makima's control. So Reze is not in Makima's control anymore. She might be in the Soviet Union because that's where she was planning to run to before she got caught. But who knows? I guess we will have to see. But like, come on now. Like, come on. Like, we all know. Like, on all of our lives, on everyone's life except mine. if I'm wrong, on everyone's life except mine, they will die. She will come back before part 2 ends. On everyone's life except mine. Speaking of comebacks, here comes the most annoying part of the Chainsaw Man fan base. I'm sorry. But not really. I'm not really sorry. Kishibe and Kobeni. Let's talk about each of them separately. Do I think Kishibe will come back? No, I don't think he's coming back. And why do I say why he's not coming back? Because, again, I said it before a million times. What is Kishibe going to do in this situation? What is Kishibe doing against the Falling Devil, bruh? He can't, and he literally talked, if I remember correctly, he literally talked about wanting to quit anyway in part 1. So, like, why would Kishibe return? I just don't know why. The only way I can understand a Kishibe comeback is like, he's in charge of public safety. Like, somehow he's in charge of public safety or something. But otherwise, I have no clue. I just don't see him coming back. Like, he truly, like, listen, if he does come back, like, I'm not saying he won't come back. If he does come back, I'm very interested to see what Fujimoto does with his character. I'm very interested. But narratively, he could never come back ever again. And I don't think the story would suffer for him never coming back. I don't think so. But anyway, to Kobeni. I think it's 50-50 with Kobeni. And the reason I say it's 50-50 is because of her brother. I'm pretty sure, well, I say I'm pretty sure so much. I'm not pretty sure about anything. I think that we're setting up Kobeni meeting her brother for like a gag or something later. I think we're setting that up, which would be, it would be a funny / cute. It could be a funny moment. It would be a funny moment, but we'll have to see. Again, that's the only reason I think Kobeni will come back, because she really doesn't want to be like in this world anymore. So yeah, obviously her brother is like the only reason I see her coming back into the story. Here we go to my goat, to my wife, Fumiko. Fumiko. Oh my goodness. Everyone hates you, but listen, I love you. We need to explain what the fuck Fumiko did in that room with Aging Devil. That needs to be explained. Fujimoto, listen, I have faith in Fujimoto. I'm a day one diehard, trust the plan, Fujimoto. I trust in Fujimoto, trust the plan. Doubters are always wrong. Listen, that is me, okay? That is me. So, I truly do not believe that Fujimoto is going to pull a gay and not tell us the domain name or explain the domain ability. Fujimoto is going to explain the domain name and the domain ability. He won't do it in detail, but he definitely is going to do that shit. Fumiko is definitely coming back. She's definitely going to show up again. Definitely. What her ability is, we don't know. But I think when she appears again, we're going to see it happen again. And we're going to get an explanation about what her contract is, / what she is, and how it works. My theory is that she has a contract with the Cat Devil. and her contract gives her 9 lives. That is my theory on Fumiko. Obviously, I could be wrong. I mean, yeah, it could be. Obviously, I'm most likely wrong. But I just really think it's the cat devil. I don't know why. I just feel like, cause she gives me cat energy. She really gives me cat energy. So like I think she has a contract with the cat devil and she has 9 lives. So that's why when she died, she was immediately there again because she has 9 lives. And that's how her contract works. So yeah. And also that would explain why she was so eager to die for aging. But anyway, Pochita's ability explained. We still need to explain Pochita's ability. When Denji and Barem were in the sushi bar talking, Denji was explaining Pochita's ability to Denji. And Denji was like, what? Eating things will erase them? Chainsaws can't do that. And Barem was like, yeah, weird, right? Ooh, weird. Ooh, I don't know anything. Obviously, they're talking. I really feel like that was Fujimoto talking to the reader, talking to us, saying that there is more Pochita than we know. It is possible that Pochita is not the chainsaw though. Everyone has a major big theory that he might be the life devil or the death devil, not death devil, but the life devil or the birth devil or something like that. Or the nature devil or something, or the mother devil, whatever. So that is still a possibility that we need to see. We just need to see it. That's still a thing that is going to be addressed. Definitely. Another major plot point is nuclear weapons. Nuclear weapons have only been mentioned twice in the story, but it is literally the entire reason part 2 is happening, the nuclear weapons devil. Listen, I don't know what Yoru is going to do or how the story is going to go, but we're obviously going to be seeing nuclear weapons. And nuclear weapons, honestly, I am so excited to see nuclear weapons. Like, I'm ready, dude. I'm ready. Like, I really want to see it. I want to see how crazy it is. I imagine Fujimoto is going to go all out like he did with the Gun Devil and just start nuking countries like crazy. And also what I think is when Yoru makes him spit up nuclear weapons, she's going to turn him into a ring. She's going to be like nuclear weapons ring or something like that. And it's going to be a ring on her gun finger. And it's going to be cool. It might be peak. Well, it might be. It's going to be peak. Whatever happens, it will be peak. But yeah, nuclear weapons needs to be thrown up. And honestly, I think it might happen really soon if they're really going to fight Falling Devil in this arc. If they're really going to fight and kill Falling Devil, I think nuclear weapons will be used. Because Falling said humanity currently has no weapons that could possibly defeat her. And one of humanity's biggest weapons is the nuclear bomb, which was eaten by Pochita. So theoretically, if Yoru or Asa makes Denji vomit nuclear weapons, and they weaponize the devil, and they nuke Falling Devil, that could kill the Primal. And honestly, that might be able to kill multiple Primals, honestly. But again, the Primals have never died, but they are arguably not invincible. Because the fact that Death was able to summon Falling implies that she killed Falling. Because Death's ability is that she can control everything that she kills and turns into a little figurine in her stomach. So, or her stomach cavity. So, theoretically, Falling has died already. Maybe. Or Falling allowed herself to be taken control of. Either way. And finally, we get to the last plot point that needs to be addressed in Chainsaw Man. Separating Asa from Yoru. Now, why is my mouth not moving? Yeah, Asa and Yoru need to get separated. How would that happen? I don't know. I really do not know. Yoru said she will give the body back when she defeats Chainsaw Man, but dude, I'm not gonna lie. Yoru has already beaten Chainsaw Man, and she is not giving that body back. And I mean, think about it. If Yoru gives Asa her body back, then she's going to turn into a defenseless little Ponzu bird. That's the name of it. It's not an owl. It's not an owl, even though it's funny to call her an owl. She's a Ponzu bird. And it doesn't matter what a Ponchu bird is. It's a little fat fuck that you can literally step on and it'll die, okay? So if Yoru leaves Asa's body, she will literally be like a literal infant could kill Yoru, okay? Like Yoru needs her own body. On some JJK stuff. So I mean, who knows what's going to happen between this? Some people have theorized that Denji is going to literally, like Yoru said, she took over half of Asa's brain. So some people are saying that Denji is going to literally cut Asa in half because there's promotional art. There's official promotional art of Denji's chainsaw going directly through Asa's brain, cutting it up. And we've seen in part 1 promotional art, official promotional art, of Denji holding a chainsaw with Makima's reflection in it, turning around, looking at him surprised, which was a reference to the end of part 1, where Denji cuts her in half, and Makima looks surprised. So theoretically, and also the promotional art of Asa holding a chainsaw. So theoretically, maybe Asa turns Denji into a weapon, maybe, and maybe Denji cuts Asa in half, and somehow Asa survives it, and he separates Yoru and Asa. I don't know, but that is a major thing that needs to happen. Either they need to separate or they want to merge. Regardless, one of these is happening. So we just gotta wait and see. So in general, based off all of the stuff mentioned previously, I would say we have around 3 more arcs, because I do think that I think Fujimoto can answer like 80% of the stuff mentioned within 3 arcs. So this one, the next one, and last one. And if you remember from part 1 basically ended in 2 arcs. It ended with the gun arc, which would be, in this case, the death arc, where we would fight the Death Devil. And then the control arc, which would be Makima, fighting Makima. And in this case, this would be fighting Yoru, Denji versus Yoru for the last time. So I really do think that's definitely a thing that can be done. And for the last little bit of stuff that might not get addressed by the end, like of the list of what's like 10 things I have, 10 or like 11, like of those things, the last like 2 to 3 or whatever, that will be addressed in a potential part 3. Because if I remember correctly, Fujimoto mentioned something about, or Fujimoto's editor mentioned something about wanting to continue this on to like 2026 and beyond Chainsaw Man manga. He wanted to work on it past 2026, I think he said, I think. And also Fujimoto is a huge fan of like American movies and American movie series. And usually American series have like 3 parts. And I'm pretty much just stealing this from something someone else said about Chainsaw. I'm talking about Chainsaw Man, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, Fujimoto, I don't think it's not unlikely. Like, if I had to give a percent chance, honestly, I'd say, seriously, like 40% chance we get a part 3 with his own story. Denji's still in it. Maybe Asa is in it. Maybe. I don't know. Honestly, in part 3, this is just a theory, but honestly, Asa and Yoru could die, and Denji has to take care of the new War Devil, like how he take care of the new Control Devil. I don't know. That's the theory. If that happens, come back to this video. Hopefully I don't forget, but that's the theory I have. I don't know. As for what part 3 will be about, I literally have no clue. Literally no clue. But obviously it will continue on stuff that happened in part 2, like how part 2 is continuing on things that happened in part 1. So yeah, who knows? I don't know. But I'm excited, to say the least. I'm excited. I'm excited for the movie. Good volume cover. And so yeah, in general, I am very excited. And if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Comment what you think below. You're at the end. So I will see you next video, next chapter. Blah, blah, blah.